Okay, Ratatouille is that great French classic, and what I want to do is take the essence of that, do it really quickly and lighter with some new little ideas. You're going to love this. This gorgeous take on a ratatouille has loads of tasty griddled veg in a rich tomato sauce, all made much faster and with much less oil than the traditional version. And I'm serving that with beautiful juicy herb-dressed steak and a fragrant lemon and saffron rice. The perfect Mediterranean dish for four in just 15 minutes. Time to crack on with my ratatouille. First things up, we've got aubergine and courgette. The first job is quite simply just take the ends off the stalks, and I'm going to half the courgette, literally straight down the middle, just like that. Dead simple. That goes straight onto a char grill. As usual with 15-minute meals, you know, I've got my kettle boiled, I've got my pans out for my veggies and my rice and my griddle pan on as well. Make sure you push the veggies down so they're getting full contact. Slice the aubergine just over a centimetre thick, like that. Sometimes you see people putting oil on veggies on the grill. I personally never, ever, ever do it in any situation, because what I want to do is sort of bring out the natural flavour of the veg, and then when it comes off, then kiss it with beautiful oils and herbs and, you know, things like that. That'll be fine. Squeeze them in there. Make sure they're all sort of touching the bars, and we forget about that for a couple of minutes until they're charred on both sides. OK, so we've got veggies on. Next job up, I need my kettle of boiling water and some rice. So that classic fluffy rice recipe that I'm doing, I've got some nice basmati rice, and I just want to do 1 full builder's cup of basmati, and then fill it up with 2 cups of boiling water. So there's 1, there's 2, and then there's a key flavour that I want to get in there to make it really, really exciting. And I've got some saffron here. You know, it is expensive and you only need a little bit, like that. And look at that. Still by weight, one of the most expensive things on the planet, but we only need a little bit, thank the Lord. And when you put that into the water, this incredible flavour comes out. It's amazing. Of course, a pinch of salt, so it's got some seasoning, and just gonna quite crudely cut a lemon in half, and I'm just gonna plop 1/2 of a lemon in there, give it a shake, lid on top, on a medium heat, 10 minutes. That's gonna be light, fluffy, perfect, kind of golden and perfumed and lovely. Leave the saffron to work its magic. Now let's get some bold flavours going on with this ratatouille. But before stirring, we're going to concentrate on turning to bring out the delicious nutty flavour of the veg. Nice and dark. You want the colour, don't be scared of it. It brings out a completely different flavour. A ratatouille is a really heavily guarded, you know, sacred recipe, and it's delicious and it's stodgy and it's heavenly. Classic Provence dish, right? But like, what I'm trying to do is take the essence of those combinations and do it in a light, quick, contemporary way. So we've got charred elements. Now, the other veggies, of course, are things like onion. I've got peppers. I've got some garlic. So very simply, I want to just peel the onion, half it and remove the skin. And we'll slice these red onions up any old how, it really doesn't matter. So just a little bit of olive oil in here. And the way of doing it has got way less olive oil than the traditional version. With the peppers, just push these seeds in, and then you can just tear it open and remove the seeds in one, which is a nice little fast tip. So push it in, tear it open, and there it is, ready and raring to go. And then just clank up the peppers. You know, cut them up into any size. I'm looking for absolutely no precision. You know, the worst thing in the world is picking up a recipe and it says cut it into exactly a certain size, and it's like, oh, God, I've got better things to do with my life. That's 2 lots of veg for my ratatouille. Next, I'm going to crank up the flavour quickly with some of my favourite taste enhancers, anchovies and harissa. So the anchovies, again, are going to give, you won't taste it, it'll just become a blur of wonderful seasoning. So just a couple of anchovy fillets will disappear into that dish. Harissa, Moroccan, it's basically like an oil, flavoured oil of wonderful different chilies. So a nice little heaped teaspoon of that in there is going to give a wonderful hum of spice. So it smells fantastic. I'm just going to crush some garlic here. 2 or 4 garlic, depending on how fruity you feel. I don't bother peeling the garlic when I've got one of these crushers, because quite frankly, all I do is just gun it straight in like that. Let's put a 5th one in. Come on, let's get a bit of France in there. Whoosh. Really exciting flavours going on. The garlic and the harissa and the anchovies are all sort of cooking into each other, which is beautiful. If you look at these 2 pans, it's real opposites. You've got brightness and sweetness and all that perfume of the ingredients. Then you've got the courgette and the aubergine that are kind of being charred, and they're kind of going more savoury and nutty. And I love that sort of mixing of it up. So all I'm going to do is just grab a pair of tongs and literally hack through it like that in no particular fashion and get that in there. So there's a charred and that fresh element. Really, really nice. Don't worry about the size or the shape. I thought I'd probably leave those whole. As they cook, they're going to fall apart anyway. So let's just sort of finish this story and get this kind of put to bed. Another little cheat, I'm using balsamic vinegar just to sort of work, about a tablespoon, just work with that sweet and sourness, okay? And then passata, 700 millilitres, as you can use tin tomatoes if you want. Pour that in, and then I'll finish that by seasoning it and a bit of basil, and we'll be really, really in a good place.
Leave the ratatouille bubbling on a medium heat. Now for the next key element of the dish. Gorgeous, juicy, succulent steaks.
Obviously, when you're buying sirloin steak, you know, look for a nice bit of meat, nice marbling, like that. So first of all, I'm just going to whip that fat off. That's reduced the fat immediately by more than 50%, and it's made it easier to cook as well. I'm going to season this with salt and pepper, and then I've got some lovely smoked paprika. You can use sweet or smoked. Look at the colour of that, so nice. Just want a little teaspoon, and just again, pat that. Use the actual board to season the other side. So look, no oil in this pan at all again. Straight on the griddle pan. Turn it every minute until it's cooked to your liking. 2 steaks there will easily be enough in this style of cooking for 4 people. It really will, because we're going to slice them up nice and thin. It's going to be gorgeous.
So everything's on the go. The saffron rice is infusing and the ratatouille is becoming richer by the minute.
Oh, heavenly.
And as my steaks sizzle, I've got a tasty trick to enhance them even more with big flavours fast.
So what I'm going to do is a board dressing. Really, really simple. I'm going to use some parsley, just tear some off, and just roll it all up. Just chop it up so it's kind of fine. As soon as that meat has come off the grill, if you don't sort of give it a little lick of something oily, it starts to dry, and then it starts to get tough. So what I'm going to do is create like a little welcoming party for our steaks, okay? So parsley is really nice. Just distribute that around the board, right? I'm just going to turn this steak, because like I said, every minute you want to be able to turn this. Look at that. Nice bar marks. Really good. And I'm going to turn it the other way. So, back to the dressing. I want a heaped teaspoon of mustard. Then just a little drizzle of good quality oil, just a tablespoon is enough to do the trick. And the juice of 1/2 of a lemon that we got left over. So it's a kind of dressing. All we do now is just get a fork or spoon or something and just mess this all around. And as soon as that lovely steak comes off the grill, we've got something nice to roll it around in. Beautiful. The one thing I've got to do to the ratatouille, you know, I can have a little taste just to double check that seasoning's in a beautiful place. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm all right in seasoning. Be quite brave with basil. Take big hunks of it and just tear it up. Give it a nice little mix. These are all turned off now. Get your steaks, go straight over to this beautiful dressing and just move them around, and it's going to be so tasty.
Slice that beautiful juicy steak. Dish out that fluffy flavoursome rice. Get dolloping with some fat-free natural yoghurt. And finally scatter some more basil for a great fresh flavour.
So there you go, guys. A beautiful grilled ratatouille, fluffy saffron rice. Incredible steak in its own sort of dressing, all in under 15 minutes. Brilliant. It's amazing the flavour that you can get from that grilled ratatouille really quickly. Such big flavours, so quick, gorgeous.